News new this morning following that bridge collapse yesterday. Emergency responders in our area say they do have plans in place to act quickly in case something like that were to happen here.
Yeah, with bridges coming in and out of Quincy, you don't want to think about it, but officials say it's always important to be ready for a similar type of situation like this incident that we are seeing in Baltimore. Now, WGM's Ryan Hill joins us in studio with more from the Quincy Fire Department. Ryan.
Andy, local departments have an emergency operations plan which allows for departments such as police, EMS, and fire to each fill certain roles if a situation like this happened. The deputy chief says for their role it depends on the disaster, as they would provide medical help or medical attention or work to rescue people. He says if a bridge collapse were to happen in Quincy, they have a rescue boat, and Tri-Township has one as well to do water rescues.
If it was a scenario like at the Baltimore incident, we would definitely request additional resources. Now, that could be Coast Guard, that could be the local water response volunteer emergency corps team.
He says they're also part of MABUS, a mutual aid box alarm system. He says this allows them to secure additional manpower or resources from other counties if a disaster requires it. Now, he says that they plan for the worst case scenario all the time through trainings, and it's good to have it on hand just in case something major happens. Back to you, Natalie.
Ryan, thank you. Fire officials say their firefighters consistently work with EMS when responding to calls, so it helps them with coordination outside of their disaster trainings.